I've been sitting here for 11 minutes and struggling to say stuff, but hey, I'm 2 videos away from finishing Reese's and Mika's route, and I should be finishing it completely before I start a new route, but I am honestly dying to get into the new route, so here we are! Let's get into it! Alright, Akari, let's see what you have in store for us. Oh boy. What's that in here? What? In the middle of a snowy night, I receive a phone call from Akari's perspective.
もしもし。私は平凡であるがゆえに特別を憎むもの。私は青い鳥を憎悪するもの。幸せを象徴するあの青い鳥を美しい青空から地べたに叩き落とし、鳥かごに閉じ込めてやりたい。
Wait, what does the blue bird mean again? The blue bird is a symbol of hope, love, positivity, and renewal.
くびり殺し、翼を折り、地べたに叩きつけ、踏みにじりたい。そうすることができれば、きっと心が救われるほど気持ちいいだろう。
No, surprisingly, despite the devil currently hating the bluebird, or the meaning beyond the bluebird, things in Misa's and Mikaka's route went pretty positive. I'm gonna say it. Felt mostly positive. Some things weren't. But yeah. The voice on the phone rings out in song, yet there's none of the greetings or introductions one would expect. I remain silent. There's no point trying to answer. I don't even know who I'm talking to. Yet I don't hang up. I know this isn't a prank call. Oh, wait. It's gonna show how you get introduced to the devil? Okay. Yet I don't hang up. I know this isn't a prank call. Because those are my feelings.
僕は人間に力や知恵を与えることができる。だけど、どんな力を得たところで、あなたは特別にはなれない。どれだけ優れた力があろうとも、平凡な人間は平凡でしかなく。どれだけ劣っていようとも、特別な人間は特別でしかない。そうとしかなりえない。この世はどこまでも不条理に美しい。あなたは
My voice trails off. I wanted to ask what it was trying to make me do, but I realized that whoever is speaking will continue to say what he please, regardless of any questions.
あなたは特別にはなれない。憎悪の根底にあるのが苦しいほどの憧れであっても、だからこそ絶対に手に入れられない。
You're right. I never will. That which I can obtain isn't special. What I have, I don't need. What I don't have, that's what I want. It's a cruel contradiction.
さあ、本題に入りましょう。
The voice on the phone quavers with laughter. It's flippant. It's enjoying this. This is a phone call from the devil. I finally figured it out. And so I laugh too. I guess you're not special either. In which case, how exactly shall I spell out your debt?
海の明かり。あなたに力を与えましょう。その見返りとして僕が望むことは、 ただ一つ。一つくらいなら平凡なあなたでもやってやれないこともないでしょ。
わかるわ。きっと言わなくても。
I say with a smile, an elegant ladylike one.
私に貶めてほしい青い鳥はどこにいるの？
それは。
The devil on the line recites several stories to me. Stories of events that I have not yet experienced, but will in the near future. And yet the tales of these possibilities, I feel like I have experienced them in some way. They're filled with as yet unknown friends. Shiratori Ritsu, Mary Harker, Kurosaki Saya, Akasabi Risa, and Mikako, and others. And so now I have the knowledge no one else does, that even I did not before. The snake offered me the forbidden fruit, and I took a bite.
まあどれもあなたの言う通り、結果的には目的を達成できなかった僕の失敗談ですな。
いくつかあなた自身が目的を忘れてノリノリで遊んでいた話もあった気がしたけれど。
まあご愛嬌。
The devil laughs, I don't. Say for now that I believe in all of these possible worlds. From what the devils told me, it would exist in all of them. But it wouldn't be spread evenly between them. If one such timeline was to be ruined, it could simply choose not to be there and avoid the outcome. Then it can't just start again like it is right now. It's so simple of a thing that you even found the time to weave a tale itself for amusement. A bunch of apt phrases whirled through my head. Schrodinger's cat, Laplace, Mephistopheles. This devil seems to be having a whale of a time entertaining itself. I imagine that all he actually gets to work with it tires of the fun. And that would be now, I suppose. Or is it speaking to me just another form of entertainment? Well, if I'm just a game, then...
何かよからぬことを企んでいますか？
The devil speaks through my silence.
どうしたらあなたを殺せるのかしら。
無理でしょう。僕より恐ろしい力を持つ悪魔はいくらでもいますが、僕より恐ろしい悪魔はいない。万が一、億が一、なゆたに一つでも可能性さえあれば、僕に敗北はない。
さあ。
I smile. One in a gajillion, eh? That's your weakness.
それなら私があなたの望むように立ち回ったら何をくれるの？
僕が知恵を貸すというのでは不足が？
I shake my hand.
そうではなく、あなたが悪魔であるならば私個人の願いは叶えてくれないの？
契約次第ですが。
白鳥律から救世主の力を奪うのでは不足が？
I mimic the devil's own words.
結構。もしもあなたが白鳥律から救世主の力を奪うことができたのなら、そして最悪の結末を迎えることができれば、あなた個人の願いを一つ叶えましょう。
The devil speaks casually? I doubt he thinks I'll be able to do it.
もちろん願いの数を増やすことや僕の命に関わるような願いは認められませんがね。
それでいいわ。
それでは幕を上げましょう。火蓋を落としましょう。ラッパを吹き鳴らしましょう。で、何から始めます？
そうね。まず今の白鳥律さんがどんな人物か、それを確かめるところから。
それなら一つ、あなたに力を授けましょうか。劇の小道具とも言えますが。
力？
誰にでも無条件に愛されるという力。邪魔にはなりますまい。
And the one will love me unconditionally. Yeah, have fun with Saya. Like to do, Mary? Only it was said in a way implying no one would fall in love with me without said power?
まあ何にせよ決着は早めにつけるべきだと思いますよ。魅了の力を得るにしろ、僕と会話するにしろ、白鳥律と親しくなるにしろ、平凡な人間にとっては毒の空気を吸い続けるようなものだ。一月の間にことをなさねば命に届かずとも何がしかの影響が出ることは必至。それではご分を。
The call cuts off. My smile vanishes. He's going to fall in love with me?
それじゃあ私はあの人に恋をするのかしら。
We'll see. Evening at the chapel. I'm praying at the altar while thinking to myself, udon would be good. I feel like I should put more effort into dinner though. It's just the more I think about the udon, the more I want a piping hot bowl of the stuff. I'm more if God likes udon. Were noodles a thing by the time Jesus was born in Bethlehem? They surely have been doing something with wheat flour, but that's point. What would that start? Not that it matters to me now. Ah, man. Oh, ramen would be good. I finish up my rather lackadaisical prayer. I do rather with the usual, praying for the world peace, happiness for the students at this academy, etc. But somewhere along the way I got derailed. It would be easier to direct my prayers if literally anyone would come to the chapel. I scratched my hand. Oh, what's that? You want to suck up this dildo off my ass? Well, shit, I guess I can't say no to that. Otherwise, you'll. My given name implies that I'm calm, collected, above more worldly matters. I'm not someone who can spend their entire life consumed with prayer and work, in contrast to others. And while I don't feel bad about that, I do still feel an obligation to my duties. If I could at least get one person to come here a week. I saw I could quite how pathetic a goal it is I was about to set for myself. I'll aim for one person every every 5 days. I'll ask that the Lord help me out before I'm driven to sticking flyers up around the academy. And right at that time, I heard the door open behind me. I turned around, only no one's there. I know the door was shut. It would have been hard to ignore the chill that's now coming from outside. And it's far too heavy to swing open from against the wind. Yet no one's in the doorway.
こ
Huh? I hear the voice of a young child. Sad, anxious, lonely. And still nobody is by the entrance. They must be lost. I don't mean that in the sense of a child getting separated from their parents in the store. This is a soul that's lost. From what I've garnered, churches and shrines shine brightly for them.
ここどこ
It asks again. The words aimed at nothing in particular, since it apparently hasn't noticed me. I put on a smile so as not to scare it. This is the house of God. Everyone is welcome here. The presence seems to gasp, probably having not expected a reply. Just experiencing this once in a lifetime would be considered a miracle. But, because of either the location or me myself, I've had this happen a few times, albeit rarely. In all likelihood, this is happening because of me. The other times it was the former priest, my parental figure and mentor, who helped guide these lost souls. Never before have I had to deal with this on my own. Good evening. Are you able to answer me? I ask in an attempt to calm the child.
こんばんは
So, you can answer me. That's great. I lower myself to the rough height of the voice so that I'm looking into their eyes. Since it was able to enter the chapel and is now replying to me, I doubt this is an evil spirit.
お母さんは
Your mom is at home, waiting for you to get back. I can accompany? I mean, I do like to take you home as soon as possible. So do you think you can help me work out where you live? I stumble over my words, trying to keep them simple.
いいよ
This doesn't feel very okay to me, but at least we're getting somewhere. Okay then, before you lost your mom, were you out for a walk together? Or maybe you were at the hospital? Usually souls get lost after a sudden traffic accident or an illness. So this question is to help me figure out which.
あのね病院
Are you in bad shape?
おたふく風邪だったんだけどね悪いばい菌が頭に入っちゃったんだって それでねすごく体が熱くて頭が痛くて病院は一人の部屋で怖いの
Of course, you've done very well. I praise them for their courage. I don't know much about the illness they mentioned, but a high fever could have been the catalyst for their soul escaping. I can do nothing in regard to miracle cures for terminal illnesses, but I just might be able to help here. There's no evidence to say so, but just believing it possible is what's important. Believing that there's something you can do to make the world a better place. You might even call it a prayer. I take too long in silent thought, which makes the girl pipe up again.
あのね入院する前にねみんなの前で食べたもの入っちゃったの絶対汚いって嫌われちゃったよ
It sounds like they're fighting back tears. Please don't cry, I can't handle it. Of course they don't. No one thinks you're dirty. They all want you to hurry up and get better so they can play with you again.
本当に
Yes, I'm a priest, so God doesn't like it when I lie. That right there was a lie, but I think I'll be forgiven for that one.
じゃあ病気すぐ治る
As long as you're a good girl and do what the doctor and your parents say, you'll be better in no time. Can you do that for me?
できるよ
Great. Then let me put a magic charm on you before you go back.
おまじない？
I can. This one will help you get better. Just one moment. I stand up and, careful not to bump into the girl I can't see, make my way towards the chapel entrance. Have you tried looking down? Jesus. Tall people. There I dip my fingers into the holy font. Holy water font. It's placed by the entrance to allow patrons to wash their fingers before prayer. Though allegedly the location causes some Japanese people to mistake it for an ashtray. I'm going to cast a magic charm now. So place your forehead against my hand. The voice agrees. I hadn't expected to feel anything, but I actually sense a faint heat against my fingertips.
冷たい。
Does that feel nice? For the first time, the voice sounds happy. The heat I first felt on my fingertips has now spread to my palm, like there's an invisible cat snuggled up against me. Perhaps she is snuggling her head against me. She said she had a fever, so the cold water must feel nice. May you get well soon.
ように。
The voice suddenly exclaims.
お母さんが呼んでる。
You can hear her?
聞こえる。あっち。
Then you'll be able to get back by yourself? I do thought the girl would immediately go running back now that she knows the way. But I can still feel her heat against my hand. Is something wrong?
あのね。ありがとう。
I didn't do anything.
そう？
No, I didn't. Nothing deserving of gratitude at any rate. You should tell your mommy thank you when you see her. She'll have been worried about you while you were gone.
悪いことしたらごめんなさいだよ。
You haven't done anything bad. I smile. Make sure to tell your daddy, the doctor, and your friends thank you too. They'll only have been worried. That's much better than saying sorry to them.
わかる。
The voice replies with certainty. Children are always so ready to agree. Then it's time for you to get back. I pull my hand back so as not to drag this out longer. My hot fingers go chilly. I get no reply. Then there's a creak as the door pulls shut. Once again, the room is calm and quiet. I scratch my head again. I was rather more hoping for people to come to the chapel. It's probably time I started on dinner though. After that, I need to tidy up my room. I have a reservation tonight, you see. 2 girls are coming to me for comfort. Right. Alright, are we good? Okay, I think that the evil spirit has been removed from her soul. I mean, her reading instantly goes gentle, blissful. She's fallen asleep. She might not wake up for the rest of the night. Fears and anxiety don't just roll over a person's waking moments. They can even steal away their spiral sleep. Now, if I remember right, will a certain singular audience be in here watching us perform the exorcism? May your rest be a peaceful one. May I make the sign of the cross, and place my hand once more on the wounds in her rest. Whew. I sag as I slide over to the edge of the bed. Usually this would be the end. What about you? Let's pick the dark corner of the room.
どうしましょうか。
Did you see how cool I was when I pulled the demon out of her? The girl replies to the girl. She's laughing? I'm taken aback.
すみません。
What you laughing about? This is serious business.
ちょっと初めて見るセックスがすごくて驚いてしまいました。話には聞いていて分かっているつもりだったのですが、音とか匂いとか動きとか
Yoing.
生々しいですね。
Yeah. I scratch my head. She seems awfully composed for someone who has just watched two people fighting against some interdimensional being for the first time. I know that some people get talkative when they are nervous. Could that be the case here? She doesn't seem that way from what I can tell, with her face shrouded in darkness. If anything, she's too calm. Even the awkward moments seem exceedingly natural. Is this girl really a virgin? Wait, I shouldn't be doing this. I made it a rule not to pry into these girls, and so I cut my ties off. So, what will you do?
どうしようか考えています。
You don't have to have schmacks if you don't want to. I held out my palm to show my sincerity. I concealed my worries and anxieties by simply touching your forehead or shoulders.
はい。実はご相談したいことがあるんです。そのお話をしてもいいでしょうか。
Certainly. And I expect that she'll calm down after we talk and realize her first time isn't something she should throw away like this. Discussing a person's problems with them is what my job should entail after all.
そういえばそうですね。神父様。
Honestly, I wish more people would come to see me during the day in the chapel for help, rather than at night in my bedroom. I speak casually to help her relax. It's at this point she emerges from the shadow. She's beautiful, wearing a gentle smile across her face.
はい。それが私の相談なんです。
Huh, what was?
私が相談したいと思っていたことがまさにそれなんです。
She smiles happily? I'm confused. Sorry, what are we talking about here? This isn't one of those things like in mystery dramas where the detective's talking to someone and the last turn suddenly comes to a realization about the case, shouts, "That's it!" and runs off, is it? I guess you're not going to get anything so astute out of me. I won't even notice an earthquake below magnitude 3 if I don't see a glass of water shaking.
昼間の礼拝堂に来てほしいというお話です。
Sorry, how exactly is that related to what you wanted to discuss?
自分で言うのもあれなのですが、私は敬虔な信者なので、昼間でも礼拝堂にいられる環境で暮らしたいんです。つまりここで先輩と一緒に暮らしたいということですね。
You what? Huh. This isn't something to be discussed while half Bertie suited in my bedroom. I invite a rather refined young woman into the lounge.
急にこんなことを言われても驚きますよね。
We had a serious talk while our parents were down. Awesome. I suppose it would come as... Oh, that's not my lines. I give a vague answer while my head frantically races for a way to turn her down. I'm happy to give you advice if there are problems with your current living arrangements, but it's simply not possible for you to live here.
無理なんですか？
She cocks her head to the side.
最初はこういう反応をされるのも当然かな。
She then cocks her head to the other side.
先輩はどういう理由で無理と言っているのでしょう？
Well, for starters, I don't even know your name, and
私はあかり、海のあかりと言います。1年生ですね。
I work for the devil, and I'm here to destroy your world. I mean nothing, she says while directing a sweet smile at me.
リツ先輩は有名ですから知っています。改めてよろしくお願いします。
Well, yeah, nice to meet you.
これでもう知らない相手ではありませんね。
No, that does not give you an excuse to live with me. No, 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 no. I shake my head, realizing that I'm already being overwhelmed. It's not just about knowing each other's name. Conventional wisdom should tell you that.
親しさが足りないということでしょうか。
I would. I feel like she's leading this conversation so well, she's even directing me on how to disagree, but I continue. We know almost nothing about each other except for our names, so... She knows about you for about 3 roots and a quarter.
そういう見知らぬ相手とコミュニケーションをとり、協力して問題を解決することが寮生活の基本理念だと思います。
Oh, yeah, good point. The girl's Akaru's explanation is concise and clear-cut. I scratch my head. To be blunt, I don't think it's a good idea for a man and woman to be living together.
ぶっちゃけ頼まれれば誰とでもセックスをしている時点で先輩のそういうお気遣いには全く意味がないと思います。
Ouch. Yeah, you're right completely. Alright, get your shit tomorrow. I raise my hands in defeat. If I actually have a problem with men and women living together, I shouldn't even be here at an all-girls school. So let's revisit this conversation with that in mind. I should have started with this, but how do you plan on getting permission to live here? I have my ways. Yeah, my permission is one thing, but there's no way of changing dorms without getting permission from the academy. Despite what I think is a valid question, Akari remains unperturbed.
もちろん手続きは済んでいます。
You do? Sure enough, she produces a document. It's a simple affair, but it's one of the official documents they use for dorm transfers. Since they're a fairly frequent occurrence. I can't believe she actually got permission from the academy. I've heard of people changing dorms before, but since I've never thought it would have anything to do with me, I have no idea what basis permissions are given out on, sorry. And more importantly, if this Akata girl already had this document, she could have just shown it to me without trying to convince me. Maybe she just wanted to see it try. If the Academy's mind is made up, I can't object. And she led the document until the end. You play fair.
Eh?
Nah, it's fine. That's not something to get into the middle of a serious conversation, especially not this one.
納得していただけましたか？
Yeah.
よかったです。
Akari smiled from ear to ear. You could see that she was leading me around by the nose, or that she trapped me in her spider web. But I do say she's more cheap than spider. It's like she shared her own wool, spun her yarn, and is now dressed in a complete set of sweater, scarf, and gloves that she knitted herself. Very fluffy. Nipples. It's a pleasing image.
はい。
Nothing. There's something I want you to bear in mind if you plan on living with me. I returned to looking serious. I won't do anything to harm you, but I am a healthy young man, and as such, I can't promise I'll always be a saint. I need you to know that.
神父様ですのに。
Same, but I guess he's a convicted criminal that's being holed up in the school. I'm not kidding.
分かっています。
Even Akari, at least in this moment, is a little tense. Quite rightly so. She saw what I was doing about 10 minutes ago. In that case, won't... Wow! I can't believe I'm going to be living with a girl. Why was her decision to come to us and watch the stuff we were doing? I wonder.
気にしていますけど、先輩は女の子との同居にすぐに順応すると思いますよ。
You do?
はい。
Akari nods in conviction. I take another look at my new housemate. She's very pretty. Just a normal pretty girl. The type I do see in my dreams. Just double checking, since I know you said you wanted to live near the chapel, but are you sure there wasn't any bullying going on at your previous dorm? This is just something I wanted to make sure of.
いいえ、それはありません。
Oh, well, okay then. I scratch my head while accepting your answer, for now at least. I'm sure she'll immediately rethink this decision if she runs into any problems here. And do you think you'll move in?
よければ今夜からでも。
Well, there are plenty of spare rooms that I keep clean, so you'll at least be able to sleep here after you change the bed sheets.
荷物はこちらで手配します。
She takes out her phone and, with an excuse me, moves away to make the call.
そう、荷物お願いできるでしょ。
With that, she comes back.
それじゃあ私はお友達を起こして帰ってもらいます。
Oh, yeah, sure. Thanks. I do almost forgotten that Akari's friend was still asleep on my bed. Akari needs to leave the lounge before spinning around to face me.
先輩、その後で頭を冷やすために一緒にお散歩でもしますか？
If you're up for it.
先輩の趣味ですもんね。
Huh? How do you know I like to take walks at night? I don't remember telling anyone about that.
あ、その先輩を夜に見かけた子がいるんです。
Alright, that was clumsy. I'll need to be more careful from now on. I don't want to be a bad influence on the other students.
部活なのも先輩の魅力だと思いますよ。
This time, with a girlish smile on her face, Akari leaves for real. I watch her go absent-mindedly. Only the crackle of the fireplace breaks the silence. This was just another day that suddenly got completely turned on its head. I still can't believe that someone other than me is going to be living here. It doesn't feel real. That a girl like Akari even exists makes me feel like I'm dreaming. But this lingering scent is real. A feminine scent prevails no matter where in the academy you might go. Pleasant, refreshing, and sweet. Now it's finally invaded the last place that was free of it. Man, this is a first world problem, isn't it? I find myself asking God. Then start wondering how it must feel for him to have every full body for a conversation partner to talk to him.